everybody, it's Buddy the Builder. We're here at the Greater Fort Smith Home Builders Association Showcase Home. We're going to walk through and look at the framing after it's completed and make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. So come on in. Okay, one of the first things that we look at whenever we come into a house is that the headers is touching the king stud and that the wood is all tight and pushed together. Then we walk around and we check all of the window sills. You'll notice there's no gaps anywhere on there. All the wood is touching wood, headers touching top plates, trimmers are touching the header, everything's tied together. Next thing that we look for is our mud sill anchors. This is a mud sill anchor. It's required by code to be put in every house. But next to that mud sill anchor is a Simpson strong tie called a SP4. It goes underneath the bottom plate, up the other side, and is nailed to this stud. And then it goes across the top plate, nailed to the top of the stud. So now this whole wall is tied together. Over here, you can just barely see a mud sill anchor that's about this tall. And that runs up the outside of the wall, and one of those are installed on every single. After we've checked our mud sill anchors, our SP4s, our corner brace, the next thing we look for are the rafter ties. So now our roof is tied to the top plate. The top plate is tied to the bottom plate, and because of the mud sill anchors, the bottom plate is tied to the slab. Now, the only thing that's required by code is that the builder has to install a mud sill anchor. So L&L Development goes above with all of these other anchors to make the house more sturdy. Okay, now we're outside, and one of the things I want you to look at is our brick pocket. It's not just the traditional metal brick pocket screwed to vinyl siding. This has a wood backing, one before, which makes it straighter, means it's going to last longer, and it's going to look better over time. One of the last things that we look for in our framing walkthrough is where the 2x12 meets the trimmer. You want to make sure that that board's not sticking out past the trimmer, because that is a crack in the sheetrock just waiting to happen. Make sure everything is smooth and nailed together. Okay, we have our first three phases complete. The block layer was extremely happy that the footing was level and square, and the framer was happy because the slab was level, helped him in his framing. So the framing is complete and everything's nailed together. Next week, we have electrical coming in, plumbing coming in, and heating and air. So it's going to be a real busy week, so get ready.
So something I want to point out about Juan and his crew and framing is this is how we walked back into the house. Completely cleaned out. And if that's not impressive enough, let's go look at the outside. Yeah, nothing. Got a little bit of decking left over. They've covered. That was from when we had lumber delivered and they got stuck. All the scrap right here. Burned a pile there. Still got to burn that one. But when you come out front, come on, man. Do your people do that? I doubt it. I promise you. Do you see bottles everywhere? No. Do you see trash everywhere? No. This is the way a job should stay. And the guys that take care of a job are the guys that continue to get called for more work. That's a fact. So just want to let Juan and the fellas know that we appreciate their effort